What's up everybody, welcome to a review of the PlayStation 3 Dualshock controller. Yes, I thought, how about mix up, don't do playthroughs of video games, and instead today, just release some reviews of some hardware. You know, not many people do it, and I thought it'd be a nice little thing to do. I'm going to go through a lot of stuff. So today we're going to go through the PlayStation 3 controller, like I just said. This is the Dualshock 3. It actually says on the top, if we can get that to focus, Dualshock 3, Sixaxis, very nice. It is Bluetooth if you are not aware, and it is a nice controller. I know many people actually find the PlayStation 3 controller their favourite just because they have small hands. Now, here is where people like me that have very big or long hands don't particularly favour the PlayStation 3 remote. And it's quite simple, obviously, because where we would hold it, like, it can be sort of very crammed in, and like you're sort of holding it like a crab. It is sort of hard to explain how you hold the PlayStation 3 remote, but it doesn't feel very comfortable. Like, your thumbs are constantly hitting each other, and it can sort of feel like repetitive strain injury. Now that's not very fun. So yes, that's essentially how I feel when I'm using a remote. But let's go through what's actually on the remote, and then we'll talk more into detail with that experience. So first of all, we have the D-pad, the PlayStation 3 D-pad. Like the other D-pads on the other remotes are very iconic. Well, not iconic, but you can notice it from a mile away, and you'll know exactly what D-pad that controller's from. So yes, very simple. I actually sort of like this D-pad opposed to a controller like the Xbox 360, because you sort of can't like mistakenly press like left or right when you're pressing down. So yes, here we have the analog sticks, which once again I just went through. Very crammed, very close together. It really isn't my favourite analog stick, but I am aware, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you people might know this, but if you have a little brother or sister, and I would know about this. I've been around a lot of my friends' houses, and their PlayStation 2 or 3 analog sticks were completely and utterly destroyed. And basically what would happen is, because the rubber feeling on these analog sticks, excuse me, for some reason are so comfortable in the mouth, little children decide to chew them by habit, and there you go. Basically, you'd have ripped to shreds analog sticks, all because a little child wanted to chew them, which, if that is what you like to do, fair play to you, but wouldn't suggest it if you want to play online, or you actually want to play a video game with this controller, because it probably wouldn't work. Alright, so now let's go on to the buttons itself. We have X, square, triangle, circle. Iconic to the PlayStation remote. You know, most the Nintendo controller and the Xbox go with, you know, they go with letters, but here they go with shapes. Easy to remember, nicely placed. There's not much to it. You know, you press the buttons, you feel like you're pressing them. Saying that, they can get sticky very easily, can be very annoying. So here we have the select, start and PlayStation button. As you can already tell, if you did not know, start, you know, start to the game. Select is usually, you know, going to the pause menu. And PlayStation button is go onto your PlayStation screen, you know, go through your friends if you want to invite a friend, blah blah blah. Very straightforward. So that's the front of the controller. If you go to the top, you can see we have L1, L2, R1, R2, right, left. Quite easy to see. You know, from I think it was the early PlayStation 2 controllers and the PlayStation 1 controllers, they never had these triggers for L1 and L2 and R2, and that was sort of annoying, but we'll get into that in a minute. So here, L1, R1, very simple. They're just normal buttons, normal bumper buttons. They're very easy to press, I mean, very nice. But really, I like the triggers on this remote. You have much more room on the trigger buttons than you do on, let's just say, the Xbox controller. For example, like if I do this, it just feels nice. you know, I could press it. I have a lot of space to put my finger, and that's what she said, I'm aware. And it is just a very nice, easy, pleasurable thing to do. As long as this is sounding, it's true, it's easy. So yes, they're the trigger buttons. You got, is what the PlayStation controller looks from the back. There's nothing on the back, no extra buttons on the sides unless you brought a modded PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 controller, which in that case, then you might have a button there. You have the USB port here, so you can charge your lovely controller. And that's about it. Oh yeah, here you have your 1, 2, 3 and 4 light LED screen thing, where it easily displays what player you are, just in case you were unaware. Very nice, nicely placed, comes in handy, and yes. So that's the PlayStation 3 Dualshock 3 6-axis remote control. Very nice. So yes, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in another review. Bye for now.